Fire!
All right. He just starts laughing instantly. All right, so this time, last time you guys saw Inside the Mind of Joker, and a lot of people actually responded to it really well, so I figured why not do another one. But this time we're going to be doing Inside the Mind of a Wolf player. So this time we have Paragon and Juice, who both main Wolf, and I'm going to be asking them both some questions while they're playing. I'm actually going to be just spectating, as you can see right here. So yeah, I'm not the Wolf expert, so I'm just going to stay out of the way entirely. But let's get the first match started, and I'll just start talking to you guys while it's happening. So the first thing that, let's say if I'm picking up Wolf, and I'm gonna start practicing as far as with my friends, what is the main stage that I want to be picking if I had the choice to go to it?
Wolf does pretty well on like most stages. I like platforms. But you know, you can generally go to any stage period.
He's just good all around. I guess it depends on the matchup too, right?
Yeah. Sometimes you can benefit from like platform combos or movement. Sometimes if you're afraid of getting juggled, it's more like a player preference thing. Mm-hmm. If you're afraid of getting juggled, I'd probably select platforms. If you want to do more tech chases, don't go platform.
All right. So, in my opinion, if I'm ever fighting against a Wolf, I like to stay away from Smashville. Mainly because I find forward tilt and dash attack can just send you off stage all the time, and you're just getting ledge trapped constantly. That's just, at least for me, I like to take him to a bigger stage.
Well, yeah, especially if you're faster. Wolf actually doesn't have very high like ground movement speed. His run isn't actually that fast.
Yeah, amazingly enough, it's actually slower than Falco's, which is hilarious because Falco's is pretty trash. But yeah, so in my opinion, I guess I'd say this, at least to me, this is one of his best stages. Not as someone who plays Wolf, but someone who likes to ban the stage against Wolf. This, I guess, also Yoshi's Brawl, because it's pretty much the same stage. Both pretty good.
I typically don't play on Smashville, but that's like a personal preference on my part. Just like period, not even just with Wolf.
Okay. The next question is, when you start a match, and I know we're pretty far into this one already, when you first start a match, what is your opening moves, or what are like the main things that you're trying to land to get yourself into an advantage state or get a combo going?
I definitely try and feel out, you know, basically what hotspots do they use, or basically like, are they gonna try and approach me, or am I going to have to approach them? That kind of let me gauge is like how much should I use laser.
So are you mostly whiff punishing in that case, or are you trying to play more aggressive depending on
my play style is more based on whiff punishes. You can probably see that from me playing Juiced.
Mm-hmm. Not like this. Not like this.
Yeah, a quick tip: if you're gonna recover with down angled side B, don't hold down too long, or else you won't grab ledge.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Falco side B too.
If you're more of a whiff punishing Wolf like me, you move kind of in their range, but kind of not. It's kind of like a vague gray zone.
I was gonna say too, or go ahead.
What you really want to do is use those boxing options. You want to use a F tilt. You want to use a down tilt when you're up close. Use fair because that can get you combos, and it's relatively safe. And really just feel them out. It's just a very general neutral play style. Okay,
because you mentioned something about hot spots, and I know what that is, but if somebody's watching, they're like, hot spot, I don't know what that means, and I'm still thinking about when you said that, and I just missed everything else you talked about because they're more fixated on that. Could you explain a hot spot?
A hot spot is pretty much an immediate area that a character can cover or hit you with some sort of moves. Like if I'm standing right here and I just go pretty much the area where my dash attack hits in front of me while I'm standing, that's a hot spot. If you're in that hot spot, you should imagine it's sort of like a transparent red zone.
Okay.
Then you can be hit in that range and you should be wary of it. And if you're sort of in and out of that zone, when they try and go for that, you can more easily avoid it and whiff punish it later.
Okay, so I guess another name for it would be like a burst option range.
Yeah,
right?
and that also applies like when they're in the air, and it's not just for when you want to approach them, or it's like you should be using that knowledge in all cases.
Yeah, so it's like you kind of have like a bubble around your character. It's like if you get inside this bubble, I can hit you with something.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. The next question is with regards to ledge trapping. What are Wolf's main or best ledge trapping options? And this is just a general thing because I know, of course, ledge trapping every character in the game is different. So if you have somebody off stage and you can't, like, I don't think you want to go off stage most often. But what are the main things you want to look for ledge trapping?
Definitely staying within range of like a max distance F tilt, because you can hit neutral get up with that. You can hit some get up attacks with that. You can shield get up attack from that distance, and also up smash out of shield and hit that get up attack. You can also hit neutral get up with that, and also roll, so that covers a lot of options.
Yeah.
And from there, you can also just jump out of shield and fair them if they try to
Jump on stage, right? Or
yeah, if they jump from the ledge.
so if you're ledge trapping, and for the most part, a ledge trap situation is like a battle of the minds, realistically, because you're never always right. You try and cover as many options as you possibly can.
Yeah.
What is the hardest option to cover as a Wolf player?
Probably jump from the ledge, because he's just so suited for the other options. He's not particularly bad at it. You can punish it hard with like a back air, and if you hit that can kill really early because it's at the ledge.
Yeah, that's a hard call out too.
Yeah, it's just pretty much the only thing that you can do that will also like very easily cover the other options, as well as stand right at the ledge and nair out of shield, and sometimes you can catch them, but you need better timing for it.
Yeah, you can do like a fading back nair out of shield. So
Yeah.
if they roll, you might hit them with the weak hit, get a tech situation. If they miss a tech, go for a down smash or dash attack. Especially on a small stage like this, just reset the situation on the other side. This is one of the main reasons why I don't like going to this stage, because forward tilt, nair, dash attack, down throw, forward throw, so many things send you off stage at such a low percent that all you're doing is grabbing ledge and trying to get back on.
Yeah.
So this is like a really good stage. Anything that has a very small main surface area, like, is, in my opinion, one of his best stages.
Especially because that like down throw dash attack and combos, like Wolf gets a lot of damage off of tech chases.
Oh yeah.
And he gets a lot of stage control from them too. And if it's a small stage, that means he pushes you to the edge earlier.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, so the next question, and I kind of know the answer from this. It's kind of matchup dependent again, but if there was a character that you were going to go off stage against, why and what would you? Why would you go off stage, and what would you do once you're off stage?
Well, any character that character that immediately buffers like an air dodge through the stage after getting sent that far out. You can actually go out with Wolf and just double jump way out and hit him with a back air, even if they're at lower percents,
Okay.
kind of like mid percentage, that can kill them. But characters in specific, maybe someone like Ganondorf, your nair will trade with up B. So as long as you keep your jump, you should be fine.
I was just thinking too.
Character's pretty much bad with linear recoveries, but
I was thinking
Wolf
like
does-
Cloud, Chrom. Me.
Chrom, you don't really go off stage against, but you can
just
hit
laser.
up B with the laser.
The next thing, I guess I was just thinking about like Chrom as far as going off stage, because he's one of those characters that would air dodge towards the stage. So couldn't you kind of meet him halfway with like a soft nair just to like tap him away? Not always, because of course he has his up B, which does have super armor, and it could spike you, and you could get a suicide trade in that case. So it could be bad, and if he's aware of the fact that he's not going to make it back no matter what, he could do that. But
Yeah.
long story short, go ahead.
Falco and Fox you can do if you know like they don't have a jump, and you can try and punish their side B.
Punish it with what, like a nair or a fair?
Yeah, just fair is pretty good. Fair, its angle sends you kind of like up and away, so it doesn't really send you away enough to be like viable to where it'll like kill. Like,
Yeah. It's more of a combo tool.
But Nair stays out for longer. The angle it sends is much better. It's just better suited for being out there at guarding
Okay.
when you want to do that.
But for the most part, like, for anyone who's been playing Wolf for a little bit, you may have just learned this on your own. He's not the greatest at going off stage. Like, he can, but his strong suit is definitely ledge trapping.
Yeah.
Especially since you
He's
have
not
down smash and stuff.
strong in any particular area. He doesn't have like crazy combos. He doesn't have like a super strong neutral tool. But just in general, all of his moves are just like a good bit above average.
Next question is, what would you say Wolf's main weakness is, so anyone that's trying to play this character can be aware of it and try to avoid letting themselves get into a situation to have that weakness be exploited?
Probably edge guarding against characters with disjoints or like a counter, because you have to get around that counter if you want to recover with side B. Disjoints, Wolf technically has a good range with like his fair, but it like against Marth and Lucina that can be pretty tough for him sometimes.
So recovering is the main thing.
Recovering and sometimes landing.
Yeah, because
he's pretty.
I was gonna say his dare is not necessarily a very good landing tool because it's kind of slow, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It has like a bit of startup. I guess you could try and time it, but like realistically, you're better off just trying to get to the edges of the stage and reset from the side, something like that. Like if you're being juggled, that is.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. It's very much so like Falco too. Falco, like I see a lot of players try and come down with dare, and it just doesn't work. Like his dare can get beat up in the ditto by his up tilt. His up tilt is not disjointed, but his dare, I don't know what it is in this game when it comes to downward hitting aerials versus upward hitting anti-airs or upward hitting aerials at all.
If it's not disjointed, it just doesn't win.
It just loses. Yeah, if you're trying to come down on someone, you just lose unless you have like a sword.
It also doesn't really have that much range either.
Oh yeah. So we've talked about his best stages, opening moves, ledge trap, going off stage, stuff like that. Since we're starting a game right here, what would you say are some of his bread and butters or best low percent combos if you're just trying to go for something that is efficient? Like I just need guaranteed damage.
Nair and fair combo into a lot of things. Fair combos into Nair at low percent. You can combo to another fair, but it's just not as good as regular Nair because you can do fair and a Nair into like a grab into what's next, up throw and down throw. You can choose either of these, and sometimes you might want to choose different combos from these throws based on the matchup. If a character has a hard time landing, maybe go for up throw combos because then you get a juggle. If you have just more like stage to work with, or if they're not as easy to juggle, maybe go for a down throw dash attack because you can get a tech chase. Yeah. And that might just be up to your own preference, of course, and maybe stage positioning too. If you're right at the ledge, obviously down throw dash attack just isn't gonna work. Besides that, those are pretty much all he needs for the most part. Those are safe ways to get damage in. Dash attack itself, a raw dash attack, you can sometimes get a grab off of it, or just once they're at like mid percents, you can get juggles off of it. You can get dash attack up air.
Okay. Because I was thinking too, like kind of going back towards whether you want an up throw or a down throw. For me, if I was going to be picking up Wolf, something I take into consideration is my opponent's airspeed and air drift with regards to how easy it is to stay underneath them. Even if you're on the ground and running, trying to juggle a character that is just simply faster than you in the air, or they can cross you up very easily. That might be one thing. I was also thinking they have like a sword or a way of landing with like super armor, stuff like that. Of course, there's things to take into consideration with regards to every single matchup, but yeah, it's definitely a good foundation to know at least the type of characters you're fighting, and then deciding your combo openers with that. Also, your stages make a difference. Like, there's so many variables, but it's definitely good to be aware of it. I think the next thing, and this is not there's one more question after this, but for this next one, it's kind of almost a funny question to ask, but what are Wolf's best kill confirms? Because he has kill moves, don't get me wrong. We all know he has kill moves, but what's his best kill confirms, if he even has any?
So he does have some kill confirms, actually. Fair into side B starts working at 60 and kills off stage, but later percents at like 80, 70%, that's when that'll actually start to kill just straight off the top, and that gets helped out by platforms.
Okay. So you said fair side B, so that's like on stage. So you're not doing a stock trade in this case. You're just doing it.
And at the higher percents, if you want to get that, you're gonna have to do fair into a jump into a side B.
Okay.
But you can definitely do it. You can also do weak nair at varying percents on midweights,
Fast
lightweights.
fallers or. Oh.
Yeah, fast fallers it doesn't work on, but midweights and lightweights it does. A soft nair from a full hop into a down angled side B can kill. But other than that, he doesn't have that many kill confirms unless you want to count
like miss techs and stuff, right?
Yeah, a weak nair until they miss a tech and you hit him with tipper down smash.
That's what I was thinking. But even like that, the thing is, something like that, it is reliable. Even if you don't get it all the time, it's definitely super important to know that it's a thing. Like missing techs, because like we said in the very beginning, this character is very good at tech chasing because he has a lot of good tools. Like he has pivot, cancel, forward tilt. He has the down smash. He has dash attack. He has a lot of things that will either kill or put people in a situation to get killed. So don't overlook missing techs. Definitely.
Yeah.
And I guess this is the last question. Both of you guys can can weigh in on this one because there might be variance in opinion. But who do you think Wolf's worst matchup is, or couple of worst matchups?
I really don't think. Well, definitely the rats. Pikachu mostly. But for the most part, his matchups are pretty decent. You can solo main Wolf and be pretty good all around. Just learn some of the tougher ones. Pikachu is a tough matchup because he gets edge guarded pretty hard. Pressure his shield pretty hard, because Wolf is a little lacking in the out of field department. Marth and Lucina, particularly Marth, because he can really abuse that range a little bit more with like tipper F tilt and whatnot. That can be a little bit troublesome. They can counter the side B. They can just swat you out of the air with when you try to recover with up B.
Okay.
So there's that definitely. Snake can sometimes be an issue, having to deal with Nikita.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just not being able to get back to the stage.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts as far as good tech? What are your thoughts as far as best and worst matchups? We're talking about worst matchups at the time though.
I feel like Snake is definitely a hard matchup, like you said. Nikita, and then just grenades get annoying after a while because you have to just stand back and laser. But that's about it.
What about Palutena?
Other than
sometimes bypass potential like ledge traps because they like to recover high, so you just have to go for juggles. So definitely like try and get them to go to FD if you can.
Okay. Well, what are you guys' thoughts on Palutena? Because a lot of people have a lot of trouble with her. They call her Nair the character. How does it fare in this matchup, Wolf Palutena?
I think it's even, and it can be slightly in Wolf's favor.
Okay. Because I guess since Wolf specializes more in ledge trapping, the teleporting on stage or from off stage doesn't really affect him because you're waiting to get a 2-frame or catch them landing on stage anyways. Like I wouldn't say that the whole entire match is won and lost in that instance, but that is a huge part of what makes Palutena hard to kill is she can get on stage or back to the stage pretty well for free, especially if you're not practiced with your 2 frames.
Yeah.
But yeah, having the down smash.
And
go ahead.
You can challenge Nair and all that with just straight up laser. Because if the laser doesn't hit, the bayonet will hit. So like if they were trying to run up in neutral, you just laser. It's an anti-air as well.
Okay.
So you can catch short hop Nair, and short hop fair. Back air, you gotta take the hit because it's intangible or invincible, whichever.
Yeah.
Dash attack would be hard to deal with too.
Yeah.
Because if she catches you trying to laser and she just dash attack, you need the dash attack hit.
Okay.
We're just trying to get that free 10.
And I guess the last question, it realistically is pretty much the same question but in reverse. But who is Wolf's best or easiest matchup? Like if somebody picked this character against you, you just start laughing because it's like you're clearly dead.
A good matchup, I think Wolf hard counters DDD just because of laser.
Yeah,
But I guess a more meta match. I feel like he does really good against PT.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he does. He does. He doesn't have much issues dealing with Ivysaur. You can mix up the timing with side B based on how long you just let yourself grip and the angle you use. So you don't have to worry about his down air much.
You can stuff out a lot with lasers
problem,
too.
you can really outrange him on the ground with x2Juice fair. Nair beats out a lot of his stuff. Just don't get overwhelmed by pressure. Don't worry about shield pressure, and you're good against Squirtle. And Charizard's a pretty big body. He can really move around him pretty easy. Charizard just isn't a problem for Wolf.
Okay. I was gonna say, what about talking meta related? How do you think? And this is just kind of like a question. I'm just interested for myself, and a lot of people I'm sure would be interested too. How do you think Wolf does against Joker?
I
think it's even. Yeah.
You say it's even? So you said that you thought that the Joker Wolf matchup was even. So with regards to it being even, what makes you say that?
On stage, Wolf has just a better neutral. Off stage, only thing you gotta worry about is down gun. Because if you recover low, he's just gonna keep down gunning you.
And on stage, trying to land with that, it's not that bad because you can just dash back and punish the landing of it with dash attack, and Wolf gets stuff from dash attack, so not that
Wolf's
bad.
dash attack is intangible, isn't it? Or disjointed? Or...
No,
it's
just
not
good.
Oh,
It's
it's
just
just,
good
sick.
Yeah.
It's just good. Okay. Because
That's
yeah,
not how
I was gonna
I see
say more often than not when it comes to Joker, his forward-facing moves, he has forward tilt, but like down tilt, dash attack, and fair are all not disjointed because they're all kicks, right?
Yeah.
So I guess it all depends because most Jokers would probably land with down guns and then shield, or they might nair immediately or forward tilt immediately if they know the matchup, or they might just jump away since they landed and they have the jumps back, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's really it. Is there anything that you guys want to just touch on quickly before the end of the video? Because we're at about like 20 minutes in, which is totally fine. We're trying to get as much good information as possible, but if you think we left anything out,
Yeah.
go for it.
I think generally what you should know about Wolf is that like a lot of characters can sometimes have a bit more of a linear playstyle. Some of them are definitely way more suited to rush down, or definitely way more suited to more defensive playstyle. Wolf really gives you a bit more a lot more freedom. He's much harder to enter in and get crazy good with than someone like Joker or Peach or Pikachu or something.
Okay.
So, like, don't feel, if you see like a Wolf tip or something, or you play against another Wolf and you don't play like them or they don't play like you, be open to taking a lot of ideas and just suiting them into your playstyle. And even if they don't fit in your playstyle, they might come along to help later.
Yeah, so kind of have like a hybrid playstyle based on your own, and then take a couple things from other people as well, just to like grow as a player in general.
Yeah, I'd say his biggest strong suit is just neutral. His neutral, he can play dirty. He can spam that laser around a lot. His good smash attacks is he can roll a lot of moves on shield and be pretty safe, like his F smash or his down smash if you slightly charge it. And his neutral is his strongest suit. Not really going to be edge guarding much. You're going to be ledge trapping more. And yeah, he's pretty. When you first play him, he'll probably seem pretty basic, I guess. But that's kind of his strong suit, that he's basic but good all around, just naturally.
All right, makes sense. It's good advice all the way around. I guess the absolute last thing is...
Shit, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. You already know what the deal is.
Shouts out my channel. What about yourself? Do you have your own channel? But yeah, so you
That
got
was
the
wild,
x2Juice on YouTube. You stream on there. I've been seeing some Kingdom Hearts stuff going down on there.
Bro, commentary.
But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. I appreciate you guys giving me the information. You can share it with everybody on the channel. And yeah, this series is very young. Like I just did the other one the other day with Mage. Now I got Wolf. Anybody that's watching this and you want to see a specific in the mind of or inside the mind of video, be sure to comment below and just let us know what you guys want to see next.